area regional headquarters, where Eric was detained. Sought for cash bail, be released on cash bail, and the officer in charge did not grant. I wanted to tell you how petty this country has become. That a case of obstruction, Your Honor, obstruction, a traffic offense, led to Eric Omondi sleeping in a police station from Friday, Saturday night, Sunday night. And you are being told, Your Honor, that powers are from above. When you go to above, they forward you to another above. And this above has become infinite. Because reporting verbatim, seriatim, that is what I was being told. Eric Omondi is a respected member of this society, helping people from one region to the other. He's a humanitarian, Your Honor. His name being dragged in the trenches, Your Honor, and after this we are going to pursue this case further, civil matter, for compensation because of the breach of Eric Omondi's rights. Your Honor, even if we assume that Eric Omondi pleaded guilty, which he has not, that he obstructed motor vehicles on the day that there was a protest. Your Honor, you and I know very well that on that specific day, there was protests that were called by matatu drivers. Therefore, there was no vehicle to be obstructed in the first place. All matatus were on strike. All vehicles, as I was watching from home, were not on the roads. Even the police vehicles, Your Honor, were parked at the police station for lack of fuel. So there was no vehicle to be obstructed. Therefore, Your Honor, the government's failure to offer services to Kenyans should not be a burden of the innocent Eric Omondi as per Article 52A, that is innocent. And therefore, Your Honor, the crincum crancum nature that the government is trying to portray Eric Omondi in bad light because of its failure can be best described as a political higi-haga. Therefore, Your Honor, it is our prayer that Eric Omondi be released on free or personal bond terms. The same case that is being charged on, Your Honor, the accused persons were released on cash bail of 5,000 Kenya shillings, the same case, and Eric Omondi has been included as, on the other part, that others not before the court, Your Honor. So therefore, Your Honor, being a defender of justice that you are and that we've always known, shame the devil.
Your Honor, Mr. Mango, I will quickly follow up on legal foundations of Counsel Owino's submissions before you. And what is clearly before you can best be described as an odoriferous saga. Basically, an afterthought and a clear demonstration of indolence of untold proportions and of the highest degree, illustrated by the state, and can only be attested to pure malice and persecution of the accused person before you. Why do I say this? The said demonstrations were held on the 18th of May, 2026. For the state to come in a lackluster 3 weeks after, on 5th of June, to drag our client out of an aeroplane, to have him face these charges, will clearly demonstrate that this is not in accordance to any law and not in pursuit of any justice. Your Honor, I'd quickly make reference to now the famous Miguna case for the state of the Minister of Interior, as it were then. This was a case that was keenly followed by the public, and the circumstances of the arrest applies almost mutatis mutandis with the circumstances under the arrest of our client, where they were both dragged out of an aeroplane. Your Honor, Mr. Owino has stated the statutes which he relies on, and I wish to refer to the judgment by the court in that case. Your Honor, the court was very clear. Yes. Full citation. Your Honor, this is Constitutional Petition number 51 of 2018. That is Miguna versus, yeah. Yes. So, Your Honor, if you have a look at that case, Your Honor, the judge then, now elevated to the Court of Appeal, Justice Udunga, recognized the dictates of the preamble, where it states that it recognizes the aspirations of Kenyans for a government based on the essential values of human rights, equality, freedom, democracy, social justice, and more importantly, the rule of law. Justice Odunga says, in other words, the people are clear in promulgating this constitution that the constitution is the supreme law of the republic and binds all person and state organs at both levels of government. At Article 2.1, the people meant that no person may claim or exercise state authority except as authorized under the Constitution. Counsel Owino has made reference to Article 28 on human dignity. I'd go again and also look at the rights of an accused person under Article 49 of the Constitution. And I will belabor the point that from a cursory look of the charge, it is clear that whoever instructed the arrest was insistent on what is now infamously called the Kamata Friday modus operandi, where the arrest is meant to detain the accused person past the 24-hour rule. Your Honor, despite pleading by counsel for the accused, for the police to issue a police bond or police cash bail to the arrest person, they declined that invitation, prompting the accused person to spend close to now 72 hours behind police custody. And that is why we are before you today, pleading to this court to release the accused person on a bail of personal cognizance. And why are we saying personal cognizance, Your Honor? Not long ago, as I sit, because I don't want to take much of your time, we initially appeared before your sister, Honorable Dolphina Alego, and this was the maiden appearance of Honorable Owino when he was admitted to the bar, where in criminal miscellaneous application E2362 of 2025, the DCI application to withhold one Suleiman Wanjau Bilali and Robert Otiti Elwak for 30 days pending further investigations. Your Honor, why I'm making reference to this particular case is that what is unique to this case, and I can apply to this case, is that the two respondents, as they were then, were citizens of great holding in this public. Suleiman Wanjau Bilali then was an Olympic gold medalist in the 2000 Sydney Olympics. Robert Otiti Elwak is former Harambee Stars captain who scored 9 goals when Kenya beat Somali 12-0. So there is a way and manner in which the criminal justice system has been crafted to now taint this image of Kenyans who have done extraordinary things for this public and things of public interest to help the public good and taint their image and their good work. Mr. Omondi has made us laugh, has made the nation laugh. So, Your Honor, we will be asking this honorable court to consider our application for bail and for that only reason, release him on bail of personal cognizance. Your Honor, I rest my case.
Your Honor, just add one thing in a minute. My name is Nahorenya. Nahorenya. Your Honor, we want to urge this honorable court to resist the temptation of escorting the prosecution to realize ulterior motive. The sole purpose why Eric Omondi is before this honorable court is clearly for him to be punished. Your Honor, I want to urge this court to take notice of the state of affairs in this country. It is very clear that the prosecution has engaged in a fishing spree. Your Honor, given that the right of innocence is guaranteed to the accused person, that right escorts the accused person from now to the very end of determination. Finally, Your Honor, the fact that we made effort for him to be admitted to bond, police bond, and that was denied, Your Honor, we submit that the rights of the accused person now were being subverted. And for that reason, the prosecution has already realized its ulterior motive, objective of pretrial detention. We submit, Your Honor, that for that reason, the accused person has already suffered. His rights have already been subverted. We plead with this honorable court that you admit him to a free bond. I submit.
Good morning. Nurdin is my name. Yeah, Nurdin. When I'm seeking the release of personal cognizance, we would like to take court attention to one matter. He was meant to attend a function where he was meant to be paid. Now that particular function is not going to be paid, he had contractual obligations. He was attending a function, an event, as an entertainer that he is, where he was meant to be paid. Now that particular payment will not be done. He has lost income. That particular ticket that he had paid to go, because he was in a plane where he was landed out of the plane, he was not very fast. So, the unfortunate thing is that he could have been summoned instead of how they went for Rambo movie to get him from the plane. Mark you, all those individuals in the plane are potential clients to him as an entertainer. So who is meant to contract him again if they see him as a criminal? Yeah. So we humbly pray that he be released so that he can actually go ahead and reschedule his contract obligations with a particular client, and we pray for him to be released in public, knowing that he cannot play. He's well known. Look at the courtroom behind you, and all of them are waiting for him outside at the end of the day. Because as Councillor Mango says, he runs something called Sisi. where he assists Kenyans, where he assists Kenyans, those who are unable to pay school fees, those who are unable to even to attend court matters and pay. He comes here to assist Kenyans. So I believe he's a good citizen, and let us not allow the prosecution, seeing that the mood of the prosecutor, I don't think they will oppose to pay. So I think we can move to the issue where you can order an extempore bail and he can go home with us.
I'll be brief. Ms. Martina. Yes, we are firm believers that the judiciary is independent. That is what the law provides, and that should be, and it should be independent from orders above. Contrary to what the police are practicing, this is a court of law. Independence should be integral in the decision making. The main essence of bail is primarily to secure the attendance of an accused person in court. The accused person here, Mr. Eric Omondi, does undertake that he will be present as and when needed in court. Therefore, pretrial detention will be a waste of resources and is not necessary, and should be as a matter of last resort. It is not a secret that this is a man of the people. However, he has become an enemy to the state. But that we can argue another day. But as of today, Your Honor, there is absolutely no justification or no compelling reasons that have been fashioned by the prosecutor to deny Mr. Omondi bail. Therefore, ours is to pray that you grant him a free bond, personal cognizance, as my colleagues have submitted before you, and that is what I wish to submit.
Jonah, I guess I'll conclude.
Mr. Kilonzo? Your Honor, in agreement with the sentiments of my fellow counsels, I'd like to point out that the Oxford Dictionary defines compelling reasons for something so grieving, so strong, so convincing, and undeniable. Therefore, if the prosecution is to oppose bail, they only need to demonstrate to this court through evidence that our client, they cannot be able to trace our client, being that he is a public personality, and that it is very convincing. Mr. Eric Omondi shall not attend to the summons of this court, shall not attend, and shall not comply with the directions of this court. And the general principles that govern the right of bail and bond, one of them being that the balance of the rights of the accused person and the interest of justice and consideration of the rights of the victim. The prosecution is therefore mandated to demonstrate to this court that justice shall be hindered if our client is not released on bail. That is all.
Your Honor, I'll conclude.
Again.
My name is Owate. I appear together with I think Mr. Bobo had something else to say, to add. One thing, 1 minute.
Just 1 minute, Your Honor. Something has just crossed my mind, that the charge is obstruction of motor vehicles in town. Your Honor, if you are generous enough, if you can give us warrant of arrest to arrest the said DCI officers who went to JKIA to obstruct a plane while it was almost taking off, Your Honor.
We will not need the DCI to make the arrest. We have enough citizens here. We can go and make citizens arrest. Thank you.
Thank you, Honor. My submissions are I would not want to lose track on the bail and bond policy issues. One, Eric has a humble abode within Nairobi. They know where to find him. Eric is not at flight risk. Eric has demonstrated times before that he has attended court religiously in other matters, and that is public knowledge, so he will attend to this court. I agree with my colleagues in the end that if for anything, please allow him on free bond. Second last issue, yes. Second last issue is something very simple, and I'm calling it circumvention of Article 49(1), the right for the accused person to be brought to court within 24 hours. You know, this is a person they would have summoned on Monday, summoned on Tuesday, summoned on Wednesday, and Thursday. But they strategize to arrest him on a Friday. The goal is to circumvent the 24-hour rule. This circumvention, I can equate it to tax evasion, where somebody decides he's not going to pay tax, but use different mechanisms to evade the tax. It is criminal. Now, this form of circumvention that the DCI and the prosecution have done is in itself unconstitutional because it has led to illegal detention of Eric Omondi. We are starting this game 1-0 down. Eric has been illegally detained. His rights have been trampled upon. Today, we plead with you to raise the game to either 1-1 or 2-1. That is allowing you on free bail. We will come before you and defend the matter accordingly. Unless any of us, because I know we have so many of our colleagues, has something else to say, we will allow you.
Good morning. After all is said and done, my name is Pius Oyo. Yeah, we pray that you deliver the ruling extempore so that our client can go and meet his contractual obligations. I'm reminded he should also go and question. That is all.
Your Honor, the prosecution is not opposed to the accused person being granted cash bail or bond. I pray that this court will be guided by the bail and bond policy. On the issue of infringement of the accused rights, I'm informed that he had previously been summoned by a phone call by the investigation officer and he failed to appear severally. Efforts to trace him were futile, leading to his travel documents being flagged, which led to his subsequent arrest at the airport. I'm informed that his boarding time was 12:20 and he had not yet boarded the plane. He was arrested at the ground, so he had not yet boarded the plane. Your Honor, issues of constitutional infringements of accused constitutional rights and rights are issues that can be handled before the High Court, Your Honor. I repeat that we are not opposed to the granting of cash bail or bond, but not personal bond.
As we proceed, one thing that is important, his mobile phones were confiscated again for crime of obstruction. I don't know why his phones were confiscated. One is iPhone.
The forensic lab. The Redmi Note 14 Pro.
his arrest. And now that there is no affidavit on record by the said investigating officer surrounding the circumstances, because we hold a totally different position. Your Honor, it is clear, first of all, he was not flying outside the country. He was flying to Kisumu. So there was absolutely no need even to confiscate his travel documents. In fact, it is a government and plea before this court that he lost his economic income because he was to perform in a show which he now did not attend due to the arrest. So that is not factual. Just a clarification on that. And Your Honor, just to say the least, these items and the offense, there is absolutely no correlation. There is absolutely no correlation with a traffic offense. I don't know what it has to do with forensics with a phone. It is just another way to circumvent and deny him his personal property. I mean, iPhone, is it a 14? 14. That is high-end kind of machine that is used to procure proper services to the client. So he's being denied his right to income without having the trade. That's his tool of trade, yeah? Yes. His tool of trade.
Only thing, after the evidence, there's one thing no one has addressed more on. Maybe it's another subject. Because I'm used to it. One has asked me whether you want to witness statements. Any other documentary evidence? No one has asked.
Yes, it shows they are not ready. Yes, Your Honor. For purposes of pretrial disclosures, we would seek that they expedite. We want to crash this. He has a lot of things to focus on. We finish the expeditions, hearing and determination of this offense. So if it could be furnished with the statements that they wish to rely upon, and any other documentary evidence that even now we are able to pick, so that we can have the inventory. And in fact, the items that Mr. Wade made reference to, Mr. Mondi says that he signed an inventory of the same.
Bond of how much? Just one review that I needed to put across. If on the issue of the mobile phone, because the phone yes. Yes, I was just seeking if you could amend it to even allow controlled access to the phones, because he has phone numbers as of now. Because that's where his business is. Yes.
Your Honor, most obliged, and we are praying that because we already have the DCI officers around the courtroom, we are being well informed that they could be making a arrest. If you allow us, we work with Eric Omondi just right now, Your Honor.
No. We can only process in.
Yes. Okay. Otherwise, thank you, Your Honor, for your wisdom. Is indeed degrading and against the Article 28 of the Constitution, Article on Human Dignity. And human dignity is an inherent human right. I want to further thank the advocates who are on record, advocates who presented Advocate Abna Mango, he will say a word. Advocate Nurdin Kagai, Advocate Nahorenya is my great buddy. Hiyo jina ndio ni kama tongue twister but iko sawa. Advocate Pius Oyo, Advocate Evans Ayata, Advocate Owade, asante sana. Is there any other advocate I'm forgetting?
Danston Omari.
Advocate Danston Omari and Martina. Thank you very much mawakili kwa hii kazi ambayo mmefanya. Asanteni sana. Nataka nipatie mawakili kwanza chance ya kuongea, na pia nataka nishukuru wananchi ambao wamekuja in solidarity, kukua in solidarity na Eric Omondi. Asanteni sana. Eric ni moja wetu. Naona Big Fish hapo Niki. Nashukuru sana kwa kazi nzuri ambayo mmefanya. Even the international community wamekuja hapa in support of Eric Omondi. Atapewa chance. She'll be given an opportunity to talk. She just flew in from the west. Yeah, to be in support. So, council, you can say a word, please. Abna songa tu karibu.
Yes, sir. Sorry. Good morning, members of the press. So we are here today because of Eric Omondi. Eric Omondi was charged with obstruction contrary to section 53 1C of the Kenya Roads Act. What is baffling is that in investigations of those charges, of that charge actually, they have confiscated his funds, and we are wondering whether he placed his funds on the road to obstruct the vehicles. But all in all, we are ready. We'll come back on 22nd of June to vehemently and vigorously defend our client Eric Omondi. Eric Omondi is a humanitarian. You all know him. He operates the CC kwa CC program that is helping many Kenyans, and we really want him out there to continue helping indigent Kenyans. We thank you for your continuous vigilance, and we hope to see you on 22nd of June 2026.
Abna Mango.
Morning, members of the press. Now, what was before court today really is what I termed as an odoriferous saga that is meant to reinvent the Kamata Fridays.
Political higi-haga.
This is a political higi-haga and a krinkum-krankam to show the failure of the state to enhance its mandate and protect the constitution, which is the supreme law. Now, this is yet another re-emergence of history in terms of the manner in which our client was arrested, because he was pulled out of an aeroplane while he was headed to Kisumu to perform, and where he was diligently paid, but he failed to appear due to this arrest, thereby denying him his economic right to earn a living. This reminds us of how Miguna was arrested and dragged out of a plane. Now, this is in flagrant breach of his constitutional rights under Article 49 and Section 28 of the Kenyan Airports Authority Act, as well outlined by Council Babu Owino before court. Now, the clear intention for his arrest was simple: to having spent the weekend behind bars, because even despite several pleas by his counsel, Owino, who was present at Nairobi area police station. They denied him police bail. So they were hell-bent to have him spend the weekend behind bars. But we thank this honorable court for exercising its discretion and having released on its personal bond. And as Counsel Oyo says, that the charges are frivolous and are meant to persecute Mr. Omondi, who is a celebrated citizen and a national hero. He made us laugh, some of us in our young age, and we all celebrate him. So he should be given his flowers, but not a crown of thorns by having frivolous charges placed against him. In the fullness of time and with proper instructions from our client, we will be seeking to have the propriety of such charges tested against the dictates of Article 37 of the Constitution, which gives the right to assemble or picket or protest, for lack of a better word, a constitutional right. All Kenyans know that on 18th of May, Kenyans were out protesting the high fuel prices. The prosecution in indolence of untold proportions and of highest order only came to arrest Mr. Omondi on 3rd of June. That is 3 weeks after, really. It shows that these were clear instructions to have him detained illegally. So we are going to see, and as you had rightly put, Mr. Oyo, for example, how a mobile phone would obstruct traffic. They have talked of jerry cans, as Councillor Omari stated. That is what ordinary Kenyans use to fetch water for their use. So how does a jerry can used to fetch water then obstruct traffic on a day that there was clearly no vehicle on the road? Mr. Owino himself was in his house. Police vehicles were parked at police stations. All matatus were on strike. Kenyans were at home. So which traffic are they talking about? So this is a clear misuse of the Traffic Act. But we will test it against the Constitution in a constitutional court. But for this matter, we'll be back on 22nd and have our client acquitted of all these frivolous charges and have him come back to the society and continue doing the good work that he's doing. He should actually be called for a state commendation, not a charge before a magistrate. Thank you.
Nordin? Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen of the press. Before you is the big bad team. They forgot to announce themselves. And as Council Babu usually says, we are the winner fatigue. I think at this point we're almost limping. We are carrying the winner fatigue at this point. And today we have been able to release Eric Omondi so that he can go and commence his duties and he can go and commence his obligations. But we would like you not to forget that Eric Omondi is a citizen like anyone with a right to participate in any political discussion. And we know this is a way to try and deter him in his adventure. But we tell him, what Council Babu usually says, this is an occupational hazard, meaning that his future that he sees up on there is very bright. They start by this, before he knows it, they will be crowning. He sees a crown of thorns, but we see a crown.
Thank you, Senator. Senator, just in a minute.
Thank you. My name is Eric Nahorenya. I want to mention that we appreciate the court for taking judicial notice of the affairs of the state. We are going to see a lot of issues evolving around arbitrary arrests, the way they have arrested our client Eric Omondi. I wish to also mention that the prosecution is purely engaged in punishing Eric Omondi. Their main objective was to ensure that Eric, our client, is actually detained. And pretrial detention is subversion of the constitutional rights that are granted by Kenyans under the Constitution. We look forward to giving justice and doing adequate work as the defense counsels on record. Eventually we'll be able to defeat the heinous acts of the state. Thank you very much.
Really, Senator Bungoma. Councillor Wade.
My name is Wade. I only have one issue that is very important, and the good thing is we are here as council, we need to work on it. The issue of Kamata Friday. This country has become a place where whenever Friday is reached, everybody becomes worried, stays at home. You need to hide, you need to go to run every time, because the police think they can arrest you on Monday, they can arrest you on Tuesday, they can arrest you on Wednesday, they can arrest you on Thursday, but they opt to arrest you on what? On Friday, when the courts are not sitting, so that you can stay in police custody on Saturday, on Sunday, and come back on Monday. That amounts to punishment. It is illegal detention. And the good team, including Mheshimiwa here, this will be the beginning of fighting such nonsense. I thank you.
Council Evans Ayata, Council Wade, you rightly put it so.
Yes, my name is Ayata. I think I don't want to belabor what my colleagues have said, but I think we, move towards election. One of the things that stand out is that people like Eric Omondi, who are the mouthpiece of the society, are more likely to encounter this. So as colleagues and as councils, we are ready to ensure that justice is served, just to ensure that they continue doing what they do. Thank you.
These are our best brains in the whole country. Nikki, this is Eric Omondi's friend, Big Fish.
Yes, he's an Arsenal fan. My name is Nixon Andare, aka Nicky Big Fish. Tumekuja hapa kusimama na Eric Omondi kama wasanii. And we did take, we want to thank Babu Owino and the rest wakili kwa kuweza kusimama na msanii. Sasa wasanii tunaweza ona kama mbele kuna future, kwa sababu tukiona viongozi na mawakili wengi wamejitokeza kusupport msanii, ni kitu natutia moyo. Tunasikia huko nje wakisema Babu kwa sababu, and sisi kama wasanii tumeona sababu. Yes. So tunashukuru hiyo kitu mheshimiwa. Thank you very much. Na pia mimi kama Supreme Leader wa Arsenal Kenya, nilikuwa nimesema usikuwe na mkutano mwingine yote inafanyika, ikuwe tu ni Arsenal peke yake. Eric move forward form ya opposition, na pia unaona Babu Owino ni pia mtu wa opposition kwa sababu yeye ni wa Chelsea. So ningependa kuambia polisi hiyo kusema watu washikwe kwa sababu ya kufanya hiyo mkutano wa opposition na tu kuwa serious, ilikuwa ni mchezo. Babu kotini, tunamtaka uwanjani and this Sunday on 14th kwa sababu Arsenal inacheza na Manchester pale Nyayo Stadium. Tunamtaka uwanjani kwa sababu Eric ni msanii, tunamtaka huko, hatumtaki kotini. So we want to appreciate everybody na pia wananchi kwa kukuja. Nashukuru sana.
International community, this case has serious interest.
Yes.
Introduce yourself.
Mzuri.
Majina naitwa Amy Brown, otherwise Mzungu Mjanjes. Tumeshukuru sana Eric Omondi ameachiliwa. Sisi kama wasanii tumekuja hapa kusimama na yeye. And we are very proud and happy that he has been released. Juu vile tu Big Fish mwenzangu amesema, tuko na game kubwa Sunday. Na sisi kama Arsenali tunahitaji Eric Omondi, je ni champion leader ya Manchester United na hizo timu zingine. So asanteni sana, na pia Honorable Babu Owino pia asante sana for everything umetufanyia pia. Tunasimama na wewe.
Huyu mrembo anaturepresent.
Governor.
Huyu ndiye anaturepresent the international community. Hiyo ya asante sasa ni outdoor games. Wale wenye wako interested na indoor games pia mtaambiwa venye mtacheza. Just say a word and then tuende.
All right, thank you very much. All Kenyans know that the only cheap thing in Kenya is a matchbox, kibriti. The cheapest thing in Kenya is kibriti. Now Kenya, and when the government raises the price of the fuel, you don't expect Kenyans to celebrate. Of course, Kenyans will go to the streets, they will picket. And Eric Omondi is a celebrated celebrity in Kenya. He has been running the CC kwa CC program, which has helped many Kenyans, and we appreciate our governor, Babu Owino, for always standing with Kenyans.
Asante
Thank
sana.
you very much.
Asante sana. Ochoi, wewe umejua ulishikwa for fake terrorism charges. Huyu si terrorism.
Ladies and gentlemen, first I want to appreciate you, the incoming governor of Nairobi, Honorable Babu Owino. I also want to appreciate all the councils that the work you've done. I've seen you guys all the time when we are arrested, and I want to say that if Kenyans are watching, we have the future AGs here. We have the future speakers of the both houses in the team that you're seeing here. And because I want to appreciate you guys, you've been with us. I was arrested, Babu Owino and the team. You came to our rescue. Now we are here for Eric Omondi. I want to pass this to the government, that instead of using and misusing the constitution and the laws of this country, you need to concentrate on delivering to Kenyans. Number two, what I want to state is that the government today, that we the Kenyans, we will continue to fight brutality and impunity that we are witnessing today. Somebody being arrested on charges of obstruction, I don't know whether they understand what obstruction is, and we really want to challenge and to tell the government, you need to stop these shenanigans, and we Kenyans, instead of misusing our police officers, you need to give them the affordable housing, that which today they are living in a very pathetic standards, increase their salaries, stop misusing our police officers, and we want to appreciate. Thank you very much.
Asante sana. Wa mwisho tunapatia Taliban. Huyo ni mheshimiwa anaingia 2027 na ataserve Kenyans Parklands pale. Mheshimiwa, ongelesha wananchi wako.
Sisi tunasema utufunge bado ni one term. Utengeneze stadium bado ni one term. Duale anasema TZU atapigia campaign kwa msikiti wa Islamu, tumesema ni one term. Kwa hivyo Mbogi ni one term. Ufanye nini ni one term. Hata ukitupatia pesa tukue mabilionea tunasema ni one term. Hiyo ndio mwisho.
Asante. Asanteni sana. Asanteni sana members of the press. Gender.
Yeah, gender.
Madam Boss.
Thank you. Asante sana, kwa majina ni Madam Boss na mimi ni one term hadi kwa kitanda, na niko na reason sababu gani mimi nasema hivyo. Na tunasema hivi, hii government imetunyanyasa sana. Eric Omondi amekuwa mtu wa kusaidia wananchi sana, na hata alikuwa kwa harakati ya kwenda kusaidiana. So government ya William Samoei Ruto wacha kutumia pesa yetu vibaya, na tunasema we ni one term hadi dakika ya mwisho. Thank you.
Asante sana. I hope tumemaliza. Shake, unataka kusema kitu? Asante sana. Asanteni sana, Mungu awabariki.
Thank you.
Sawa sawa. Haya. Sawa.
Governor. Senior.
I've already texted you. Normal text. Yeah, normal text.